What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of 3 Wide with Tom Ludermoser. So, tonight we had the second Charlotte race, the 500-kilometer race. Supposed to be going under the lights. Not quite as long of a run time as we got. It rained again. Imagine that. NASCAR getting rained out again. A lot of great storylines from this race. Some kind of unexpected storylines from this race, might I add. As well as a lot of entertaining racing to watch throughout the field, throughout the race. Not one of my favorite races of the year, but so far, I should say. But nonetheless, very, very entertaining to watch. It kept my attention. Just all around fun. Before I get going, please like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot of building on this channel. I enjoy doing this. I have fun doing this. I hear a lot of great things and great comments from you guys. So I really appreciate that. I really want to give a shout out to my Instagram followers, who are probably majority of the subscriptions on here. But thank you guys. So to start the race, William Byron got the pole. They inverted the field from the Coke 600, so they split it right down the middle. If you finished 21st, you got pole. And then everything straight back. So kind of fun to watch the super strong cars and the winners move up through the field. I think it's kind of neat. I don't think it's something we should do every race. I really don't. I think that's kind of dumb. Just stick with qualifying. But either way, it's kind of neat, kind of cool. Gives it that midweek race kind of a different feel. But nonetheless, so Byron got pole after inverting last on Sunday's finish. DiBenedetto took the lead almost immediately. I'd say half a lap, if I'm remembering this correctly. Got a half a lap in, and then also the 51 and the 53 made contact. A couple of teammates destroyed their cars. Just a really, really bad starting to the race. That kind of pushed it back a little bit. Then, kind of the race to the competition caution. Logano ended up getting the lead. Sorry, I'm reading my notes. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, so I do apologize if I'm a little slower, a little delayed compared to what I usually am doing. Actually, it's a little later than I thought it was. But anyways, so Logano gets off the lead from the competition caution. He leads the rest of the laps for the entire stage. But about halfway through the stage, start hearing reports of lightning. So you go from getting the camera views of from up on top of the grandstands, up in the camera booms that are up over the corners, to a lot of the lower cameras and the drones, which is still pretty cool. I like the idea of having the drones there. I think the drones are really cool. Give you a really, really cool aspect of the race. Kind of give you that movement. I know it makes some people dizzy when they go up in the air and do their flips. Whatever, not me, but either way, I get it. So, just before they call caution, and I mean just before, you get Brad Keselowski gets a lot of damage on the right front of his car. He ended up coming back and having a good return through the race, but nonetheless, he tore up the right front of that car. Right front went down. Matt Kenseth, from what I hear and from what the reports and watching and paying attention, I think his tire went down too, so maybe there was something on the track that they both ran over. Kenseth spun, lost 2 laps, ended up getting him back, but Keselowski definitely pushed the envelope a lot further. Almost, I think it was 5 laps after that, the next restart, more lightning and more rain. Like I've said, you can't have a NASCAR race without a rain delay. Unfortunately, Mother Nature just doesn't like our sport, apparently. But either way, it was definitely cool. A cool race to watch. It was really cool because during the rain delay, we didn't watch flashbacks. We didn't watch old races, which are fun to watch, but some of us have seen them before a couple times. But we did get to see a very, very cool 100,000 cameras, I think it was called, which was kind of the at-home cameras for a lot of the media people. A couple of YouTube guys, Eric Estep, I think I said your name right, bud. I didn't, please correct me. And Danny B Talks, both of them were on there. Danny B did a little helping, and that was pretty cool. I give him a lot of credit for that. Eric did a lot of videos, kept pushing for content, digging for content, keeping us entertained. And he's actually kind of my inspiration for getting on here doing some YouTube videos. Whereas he just says he just graduated college, and not exactly like the graduation that he expected to move on from. I haven't. I'm 28 years old, so I just got unemployed real quick. So it did affect everybody different, and that got to show you a very different aspect of tons of different people, whether it be drivers, media, YouTube guys, throughout the whole coronavirus lockdowns without NASCAR. But anyway, so we go back to green. 22 laps to go. About 9:15 here in Detroit was the time. I think I tapped the screen on my phone. I was watching it through Hulu, and I think it said 9:15. Logano led the rest of the laps. Stage one. Really cool. Stage two, start. Big bottleneck in the backstretch. 3-4 wide. A lot of beating and banging. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to push himself to the front, went 4 wide. Everybody, and I can just hear everyone going, Stenhouse, cringing and, covering their faces. But Stenhouse 4 wide and went around everybody, sitting there fighting Kyle Busch. I was kind of expecting Kyle Busch to get a little irritated with him, maybe give him a little nudge. Didn't happen. What did happen was the right side of Eric Almirola's car got into and gave Kyle Busch's left side a little nudge, and it ripped Kyle's left rear tire, throwing him out and kind of threw his race away. To neither of their faults. Obviously, it's a racing incident. It's a restart, really aggressive. It's a shorter race, so they're pushing it a lot more. So that kind of ruined his day. Again, restart, great racing, a lot of fun. Lap 75, 75 to go, I should say. Yeah, lap 75, sorry. Again, it's late, I'm brain farting. Lap 75, Quinhoff got a big hit in the wall. It took out both the 15 and the 00. Kind of obviously ruined their races, destroyed their races. Not fun. Bowman ended up restarting first, and Matt Kenseth got back on the lead lap, which was cool. Got a lot of cautions in between there. Got himself back up on the lead lap. He ended up going back laps down again. Just not a good day for Kenseth at all. Bowman ran it out, won another stage. He has now won more stages than anyone else in the Cup Series so far this year. So good on Bowman. It's great to see him progress as a driver. He was very, 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 very strong driver. And he's getting stronger, and he's getting stronger equipment. I think he's always kind of outperformed what he's had, as long as he had the ability to do so. The equipment to be able to outperform what it was expected. He was in the 7 car. I mean, obviously we've seen him be good and earn his spot, and so far this year he has definitely earned his spot. Going on next, the final stage, Kevin Harvick gets around Bowman with about 85 laps to go. Bowman trying to keep up with him, trying to fight him, trying to catch him back. Unfortunately for Bowman, Bowman got in the wall, and he got in the wall pretty hard. He was kind of complaining about his car being loose, which is never a good thing. But during the yellow flag from the end of the second stage, he's talking to Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Gordon goes, "Well, we know you like a loose race car." He goes, "Yeah, Jeff, loose is fast," and he's excited about it. Didn't work out quite as well as he thought. So Harvick goes on. He's dominating the entire rest of this race. I thought he's got it. Handing key, locked down. 64 laps to go. Unfortunately, there's another caution flag for Timmy Hill. It sucked to see that for Timmy Hill. I like him. He's a good guy. I like hearing about him. I like talking about him. I like seeing him. I follow him on Twitter and all that. So pretty cool to see him out there trying to perform, but unfortunately he just had a bad day. So he brought out the caution again at lap 64. That restart, Harvick and Hamlin are on the front row. Harvick, of course, just takes off. And then Hamlin kind of just died down. He died off real quick on that restart. Just did not have a good restart at all. But you saw Ricky Stenhouse get really aggressive, really fast, and he picked up a lot of spots, pushing himself even into the top 5. And he stayed there for the rest of the race. He got up to 3rd. I was very, very, very impressed with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., that JTD Dirty Racing number 47. That's really impressive. I'm happy to see when teams progress and grow. Now, granted, they are using Hendrick horsepower, Hendrick engines, but they're building those cars in-house. Those are in-house built chassis, in-house built cars, bodies, the whole 9 yards minus the motor and the powertrain of that car. But with 28 laps to go, I don't even need this anymore. 28 laps to go. We all started holding our breath because Chase Elliott, who was running down Harvick pretty quickly, kind of didn't know if he'd ever get there, and if he did, you didn't know if he'd actually pass him. We're all kind of hoping and praying. Now, I'm not a huge Chase Elliott fan. I like Chase Elliott. I cheer for him. When he's doing good, I definitely cheer for him. I don't think he's the best driver out there. I think it's going to be a long time before he is. I think he's a great driver. But nonetheless, especially after the last couple of weeks, I was rooting for Chase Elliott today. I really was. He had a fast race car, he had a strong race car. And with 28 laps to go, he got out front. He went around Kevin Harvick. Harvick kind of got bobbled a little bit, and he just went right around him. And I'm like, yeah, come on. I got excited. I kind of started sitting up in my chair, back straight, staring at the camera. Or not the camera, the video. I put my phone where it is right now, so when I'm sitting, I'm right across from it. Of course, we all started holding our breath. When's the caution going to come out? When's the car going to break? When's his tire going to blow? When's somebody going to just mess him up one way or another? It happened 10 seconds after he won the race. Michael McDowell just lost it going down the front stretch, spun out. If that was 40 seconds earlier, I probably would have thrown the phone across the room. I hated seeing Chase Elliott lose both those races from stuff that was just so out of his control. Races that he had won handily either way without those two situations. But it was really cool to see him go out there and get his 7th career victory. Second at Charlotte, first at the actual oval, though. Great to see that. And again, bringing the drones back in, the drone cameras back into the conversation. I think it's kind of a neat angle to see that drone up top and to see that car down there doing the burnouts and doing everything. He went out there and celebrated. He got out of the car with a smile on his face. Congratulations, man. I can definitely say I appreciated watching that win. Definitely some redemption there. The top 5 of that race were Elliot in first, Hamlin, who ended up coming back from that horrible restart, finishing second, Ryan Blaney, who was running second for a while until Hamlin got by him. Really impressive with Ryan Blaney. I'm happy to see him back up there and running the way he was before the COVID. And then Ricky Stenhouse ended up finishing 4th. Blaney got back around him with just a couple laps to go. But either way, I'm really happy to see Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out there performing well. I think he's a great driver. He just needs to, a little anger management thing here. Goose blah blah. Calm the flip down. But in this race, his really aggressive driving really helped him. So I can't say enough about that. really cool to see him go out there and perform like that. Kurt Busch finished 5th. So there's your top 5. Honorable mentions, Austin Dillon finished 8th. Austin Dillon, those RCR cars are having a great year so far this year. It's really good to see them up there performing too. His teammate Tyler Reddick, who I think is hands down going to be Rookie of the Year, he finished 14th. But also, John Hunter Nemechek had an impressive day, finishing 13th, one position ahead of Reddick. Reddick had some issues early in the race that they thought there was, but turned it out not to be big issues. But anyways, so my takeaways for the race. My takeaways for the race are as follows. Harvick's pit crew, they've been the clutch crew of the year. We haven't seen a pit crew out there performing like this since Kyle Busch a couple years ago. Where you knew he's going to go in 3rd or 4th and come out in 1st. I think that's kind of where Harvick's pit crew is, which is good to see. Ryan Blaney really, really strong in the stages. Not quite as strong most of that final segment, the race to the win, to the checkered flag, but he did end up finishing really strong the last couple of restarts. So good on Blaney and good on that team. It's only a matter of time until all 3 Penske cars get a win. I'm actually really surprised he doesn't have one yet this year. Another takeaway, bring him back up, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I'm not surprised, but I'm happy to see that he is proving that he belongs in the Cup Series, and hopefully he's maturing and kind of calming down. He's always been a really aggressive driver. He wouldn't have the 2 wins and the Daytona 500 poles if he wasn't an aggressive driver. I think with his talent level, if he just kind of glided through, I think that's where he'd be, is he'd actually be kind of where people see him, just without the wins. The damage on Bowman's car, I think that killed his day. I think Elliott's car was slightly better overall, but I think Bowman probably would have ended up with that race win since Harvick kind of just died off there at the end. That car that was just so dominant just died completely off. And the best line of the race by far, when Ryan Newman and John Hunter Nemechek were kind of fighting there with only a handful of laps to go. And I quote, "A close encounter of the sheet metal kind." I got nothing. That's great. That made my day. That was good. But anyways, congratulations to Chase Elliott. Congratulations to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And to all the rookies who are out there outperforming most of our expectations so far the entire beginning of this year, which is really, really cool. We haven't seen rookies out there being this competitive in several years. Really cool to see. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. I apologize if I kind of wasn't quite as zoned in as I usually am. It is 1 o'clock now, exactly, I think. I'm tired, so I apologize about the video. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you watched the whole thing. I hope I kept your attention. And I hope you learned something about the race. I'm going to be doing a couple more videos that are not race videos here shortly. A couple that I think could be pretty cool. So keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching, guys.